We are back. Did you miss us while we were away? Who are we? My name is DJ Val, and this is The Real Deal Olive.
And the show is...
What's on your mind? What's on your mind? Who's on your mind? God's on my mind. Well, what's on your mind?
Food's on my mind.
That's a good one. Food's always on my mind.
Hello. Hola. Bonjour.
Kentatis. What do they
Bonsoir. Ça va? How are you all? Bon dia. Velu. Jumbo. Si Jumbo. How are you all?
I'm fantastic.
Sani Bonani.
Thank you.
Kedu. Baoni. Sanu. Lafia. I'm just reeling it off as I can remember. How have you all been? It's been a minute.
It's been a while.
Welcome back.
It's been a moment.
Welcome back to a new season. Welcome back to somewhat new placement. Felt odd not having the worship this morning.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have to tell them. So everything has changed.
Yes.
Nothing has remained the same.
Let's start with announcing a few of the changes. We've done our best to kind of carry you along as before the last season ended. So now this is the new season. Can you believe it? Season 6.
Drum roll, please.
Oh my goodness.
That's a drum roll moment there. I just missed it, didn't I?
Let's not even start.
Yes, please.
How have you all been? Hope you've been good. Hope you've been well. No, the weather this week hasn't been great, but on the news, yes, we've been told from today it begins to heat up, and we're looking forward to better weather.
It's getting hot in here.
What do you do around this time of year? For some people, it's not quite summer yet, but we get summer-like weather. April is a bit weird. How was your Easter? Tell me. What did you get up to? What was on the menu? Did you have Easter dinner or was it bank holiday dinner? What was it? Tell me.
We had one bird roast.
We were so busy over the Easter. We didn't even have Sunday dinner.
It was out and about, man.
We were so busy. So tell us. Let's live vicariously.
Probably one of my busiest Easters.
Yeah, it was really busy for us. It was busy from Friday. It was so busy
from
for
Thursday.
us. Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
But anyway, the whole week was, what were you up to? What were you up to? Tell us, please. What did you have? Pounded yam and okra soup? What did you have? Or
egusi soup.
What did you have? Or is it, what? Tell us. So let's start with a few announcements. So moving on, thank you all for the 200 and something subscribers we already have to the new channel. Thank you very much. Please share with your loved ones, share with your friends, share in this space. Numbers matter.
They sure do.
Please share with them, okay? And so again, they don't miss any show. Share. And so the only missing element moving forward is the worship, which in planning for the new season, we're now going to make worship like we did for the last for closing out the last season. We had a worship special, so we're going to try and do stuff like that just so that when we can. But however, no, we can't do that. No, we can't.
Channel.
Not on this channel.
No.
Oops. Okay.
Gotta keep it music free.
Corrected. So finally, it is a podcast in every sense of the word.
Sure is, baby.
Okay, guys, we will find other ways to have music. Maybe we'll encroach on the Tuesday show.
No, we will not be encroaching on the Tuesday show. Let's not get that all wrong. But what we can do is that, obviously we opposite
Can or will?
what we can do.
Can or will do.
What we can do is we operate two separate streams. So we've got the Soul Food Gospel Radio, that's a YouTube channel, and we've got What's on Your Mind, which is a podcast. So sometimes we might switch things around a little bit. So you might get, we give you all the right links, but you might get like a music show on the Soul Food Gospel one, because that's more of a musicality thing, and this is really for the podcast and the talks and the interviews and stuff like that. So we're just trying to keep it sanitized, keep it as it should be, so that our big brothers at YouTube will like us, and then they will favor us, and then they will do some nice things for us. But that's our hope and that's our plan. So thank you while you come with us on this journey. So yeah, it's important. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bit of a change, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go right into it. I've got so much to talk for us to go over. Let's go into my favorite part of the show, your segment. So on the last show, which was the worship special, the closing out show, it was a Latin vibe, Hispanic vibe. Do you remember that? And many of you were absolutely, from the live comments, thank you so much, to the post-show comments. Now, this is your post-show comments. From Mr. Frank, Shalom.
Shalom.
I didn't understand every word, but I felt every beat. The spirit was moving. More Spanish worship, please. Shalom, he says.
No problem, Senor Frank. No problemo, Senor Frank.
Moving on, Benita, Miss Benita, the president of my son's fan club. Gracias for the Spanish praise.
Gracias.
I felt like I was in a global church family this morning, uplifted. Never thought I'd worship in Spanish. But here we are, so stirring and joyful, start to finish. Thank you so much.
It wasn't bad, actually. There was some I knew. That was the
Oceans. I think really some people were even throwing in requests. I remember on the live comments. It was nice. It was nice.
Yeah.
Femi, Mr. Femi says, such a refreshing blend today.
He really liked it, I think.
The Spanish worship songs added a beautiful new dimension. Loved it. Today's show reminded me that God speaks every language. Worship in Spanish hits different this morning. Thank you. I hope you all saw my responses as well.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love Latin music. Make it jazz, make it so even when it's not gospel, I'm easily drawn to those sounds. But again, like you said, God, we can worship God in every language. We've done the instrumentals. You did really well. I must say thank you to you as we start this season, especially for how you've curated. Yeah. Please, thank you to our commentators. And thank you to you as well for how you've curated, the worship for last season.
Yeah.
And yes, and I'm glad that we finished it on that high. And like you said, we will do well carefully to see how we interchange when we need to do worship specials, but we will keep you informed. All on this, in the spirit of being informed, one of the artists that we met up with during the break, but we couldn't slide her in, was the artist known as Desola. So we are going to feature her next week. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's going to be a feature interview next week.
Yeah.
I will do my best. We will do our best to keep you tightly informed. So you plan. She is, oh gosh, what's that song? She has
Lily of the Valley.
Lily of the Valley, right? She has such a lovely voice.
Got an Afrobeat version of that in there.
We went to really.
Yeah,
we went to see her live. She has her recordings don't even do justice to her voice, honestly. Right. Back into how have you been with your eating your vegetables? I've got a vegetable of the month. Do we have it?
I think I do.
So I thought to kick off the season, let's look at what's happening in April. Nice. They look so yummy. Let's look at what's happening in April. What grows in April? Have you ever heard of the Hungry Gap?
Nope.
Right. So the Hungry Gap is a period in spring when there is very little by way of fresh produce to harvest. In fact, April apparently is the hardest month for growers because there is little to harvest. The winter roots are still not quite out, and the fresh produce tend not to be ready to harvest until May. So April is a difficult one. So that period is called the Hungry Gap. And so the fruit of the month for April is the humble rhubarb, as you've seen. I'll just reel out other vegetables really quickly. Asparagus, broccoli, cabbage, green, which is all in season. So you should be able to get it from your local fruit, from your local grocers. Cucumber, kale, lettuce, potatoes, purple sprouts and broccoli, radishes, rockets, onions, of course, watercress, and wild nettles. What can we cook with the humble rhubarb, I thought? Because it's not something I cook with often, but you can make both savory, yes, both sweet and savory with it. You can cook it up in a one-pot stew with your other casserole base. It has a tangy sweet taste to it. So if you want, especially in the in-between season where the weather is neither here nor there, like now some people are coming over a head cold and you want to make not soup but a casserole, that goes very well in it as well. And you can do sweets, pies, cakes, muffins, etc. It goes very well with berries. There's some vegetables that are paired well with other fruits. It's a fruit. It's not a vegetable. It's a fruit. Rhubarb is a
I
fruit.
thought you were teaching me something that I didn't know, so that's why I didn't say anything.
Rhubarb
Because
is a
many
fruit.
times
It's
I
a
open
fruit.
my mouth on this show and go, but it's not, and then I get told you're wrong,
Sorry,
DJ Val.
correction. Because
You're wrong.
I listed vegetables. It's a fruit. It's not a
I
vegetable.
know rhubarb pie is quite nice. Rhubarb and custard.
Yes, it is paired well with custard as well.
Did you know the leaves are poisonous?
The leaves. Oh no, I didn't.
The rhubarb leaves are poisonous.
I didn't go into the health benefits of it, but I just thought I'd throw in. I will throw it in. You know me. I like to dig deep with my fruit and veg. But that's the one for the month. So we will come up with another one for the month of May. We will then look at it extensively. But remember, the weather, the season has turned. Don't forget your fruits and veg.
Don't forget your fruits and veg.
Yeah. Should we take a break or can we just go into the main subject?
Yeah, we can take a break.
Okay.
Okay.
And we'll be right back in a minute. When we come back, we will pick up the conversation on artificial intelligence.
Ooh, AI.
What's on your mind? Let's talk it out. Olive and Val, there's never a doubt. Morning vibes that feel so fine. Tune in now, it's breakfast time.
We are back, baby, back. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
So, DJ Val,
Yeah.
because you're all things techie,
I am
can
indeed.
you define artificial intelligence for us?
Artificial intelligence is the intelligence that is artificial.
Oh, be serious.
It's not natural. No, so it's normally like computer generated, kind of. Oh God, it's not. I've lost my words. It's more like what a computer would do rather than what you would do. So computers think faster, sometimes better, so they can come up with different ways of being able to do things, which saves us having to think about it. But
Okay, thank you. Thank you. The theory and development of computer systems, as you say, able to perform tasks normally requiring human intelligence, such as visual. I've got lots of notes. I've got lots.
Oh,
I don't
dear.
know how much we can cover today, but we will do our best. normally such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision making, and translation between languages, as the case may be.
Yep.
So we came into the subject of AI when we were covering the subject of the impact Microsoft had on modern culture. Remember when we talked about nature versus nurture and culture? So we are picking up from culture, and we said we would delve a bit more into artificial intelligence because we recognize that one of the big impacts that Microsoft had on modern culture was its investment into the technology itself. So how does AI work? I really have been reading up on this, and after a while my head, I was swinging left, right, do I need it? But for some reason, I didn't even need to go too far.
Nope.
It was coming to me. It was coming to me. Even down to, I get this magazine all the time. In the course of my job, I get that, And again, when I saw the subject, the AI iceberg, uncovering the unseen environmental costs of AI, and I highlighted a few things, and I'll touch on those. So I will give credit to where I'm borrowing information and data from so that I'm not accused of plagiarism.
Like DJ Val, especially, because, I'm the AI guy.
So how does it work? How does AI work? How does this whole thing work? AI systems work by generally ingesting large amounts of labeled training data, analyzing that what data has the correlation and patterns, and using these patterns to make predictions about future stakes, future situations, etc. So the term AI was originally coined in the 1950s, and it meant then an evolving and wide range of technologies that aim to simulate human intelligence, including machine learning. Note those two words, machine learning and deep learning. Put those in your memory bank. Machine learning and deep learning. What's machine learning? This one enables software to autonomously learn patterns and predict outcomes by using historical data that it holds, whether you've inputted it or somehow. Either way, data needs to be fed to it
to learn.
For it to learn.
Got an example when you're ready.
Go for it.
So on your phone, if you're an iPhone user, I think it even works on Android, sometimes what you'll notice is there's some apps that will then kind of like come up, and those are the apps that probably you would use at that moment, at that time. That's part of machine learning.
Okay. This approach to learning, we're talking of the artificial intelligence now, became more effective with the availability of large training data sets, which we now call data centers. Deep learning, on the other side, is a subset of machine learning, which aims to mimic the brain structure using layered neural networks. It underpins many major breakthroughs and recent advances in AI, including autonomous vehicles, self-driving vehicles, and most popularly, ChatGPT.
There are other large language models.
Go ahead. Tell us.
No, I'm just saying there's other ones out there as well.
Yeah, but tell us. Just
so
interject,
like
go along.
Gemini.
Gemini is
one.
by Microsoft, or is it Google?
I can't remember.
Can't remember, but that's there. And another example is Chatbot.
Is that one?
That is an AI chatbot is fed examples of text. So an example of how this works is it's fed examples of text, and it will learn to generate lifelike exchanges with people. And an image recognition tool, I'm sure most of you have that with your banks, where you need to use your image to verify a payment. That's AI tool that can also learn to identify and describe objects by reviewing millions of examples. Now, there's another technique called generative AI techniques, which have advanced rapidly and can create realistic text, images, music, and other media, which is what we see a lot on Instagram, where you're seeing these images and you're asking yourself, is it real?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what this is the part that talks about, that feeds deep learning. Right. So let's talk about two types of AI quickly. Generative AI and predictive AI. So you want to touch on that, darling? Or should I just keep going?
But I guess predictive is the one that it would. I don't know what they are using, but I'm not too sure what the exact example is.
Okay. So generative AI is the one that responds to your prompts.
I was going to say, should I use my AI to check what generative is?
Or requests with generated original content. So, for example, you already have a text and you want it to
As you do.
You want it to tell you, and then so you feed it into the software, and then the AI models are trained on massive volumes of raw data. These models then draw from encoded patterns and relationships in their training data to understand the user requests and create relevant new content that's similar but not identical to the original data. Example, Chat GPT.
Yeah,
that's how that works.
Yeah, they all
Okay,
do.
so that's generative AI, and it can be audio, images, software code, text, or video. This is just a summary. This is because I had to really condense things.
Yeah. Well,
Next one, predictive AI. Predictive AI blends statistical analysis with machine learning. This is where algorithms come into play.
True.
To find data patterns and forecast future outcomes. The banks use this. The finance sector use this. My bank would use this to source fraud trends. So that's predictive AI. It extracts insights from historical data to make accurate predictions about the most likely upcoming event, result, or trends.
Yep.
Predictive AI models will enhance the speed and precision of predictive analytics. So that's why you find a lot of data-driven organizations will use them. Facebook, YouTube, they will use it to create their percentages. They will use it to predict. If you do XYZ, we predict this will be the outcome, because they're using historical data to make these projections. And typically, businesses will use this as well to project and forecast sales, estimate how a product will do, or service demand, personalize customer experiences. For example, your little shop store card will predict what coupons to give you an offer based on your shopping trends. if you use that app. So
And if you don't,
and
then
if you don't,
tough.
you don't get your discounts.
Mhm.
And so it personalizes the customer experience and optimizes the logistics. So come Christmas, you wonder why they can say to you, for this area, you need to put in your order by this time, because they've used the historical data
Mhm.
to predict what the trends will be for the next year. In short, predictive AI helps enterprises make informed decisions regarding the next step they could take for their businesses.
I think all business should use it.
All businesses should use it,
No
right?
matter the size, the scale, no matter what it is that you're planning, it's almost like having a third person or your own personal assistant. I use it extensively and different models as well to work out different things because, you know, one of the things I like specifically about it is that, you know what you know, but this knows everything. These are large language learning models, so they know everything. So when you want to launch out and do things, it has a wealth of knowledge that you don't know that you can then begin to incorporate into, your business. And you can train them as well. So you can personally train it.
That's what we're
Yeah.
talking about, customizing the
Yeah.
experience.
Mhm.
You customize it to suit you. Right. I want this to be as almost as, I don't want it to be as technical, but when you're talking artificial, you can't help but get technical a bit. So I've tried to unpack it as best as I can. So let's look at programming AI system and how they focus on cognitive skills. What are the skills they focus on in thinking to program? So before they begin to program, what are the skills that they think of? 1, learning. 2 is reasoning. 3, self-correction. 4, creativity. What does that mean? In learning, it requires data to create data. That's what's known as algorithms.
Mhm.
Data to create data, to transform it into actionable information. So your Instagram or your social media feed, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you're on,
Mhm.
will begin to use those algorithms to target who they market to you. So you're getting married and you're looking at wedding dresses.
Mhm.
Literally in a few days, all the adverts that you get that will target you will then begin to be things to do with weddings.
Yep.
Because it's used the data you fed it now to create an actionable information for you. It's now feeding you. These provide computing devices and step-by-step instructions for completing specific tasks. So if, for instance, you're not getting married and you're troubleshooting at work and you're trying to get it done, you're an IT, whatever, in soul searching and trying to find out what your problem and your resolution, it would then begin to feed you and guide you without you prompting it. The use of algorithms to create actionable information for you.
Yeah.
Reasoning. These aspects involves choosing the right algorithm to reach the desired outcome.
Mhm.
So if your history suddenly switches from troubleshooting my PC.
Mhm. You were gonna say shooting and killing people, weren't you?
No.
Like
Troubleshooting. No. Or how to get away with murder.
Mm-hmm.
If suddenly that's what if that's what you're choosing, the same thing, that algorithm will change. So it tries to reason along with you And the reason is it stays in touch with you, giving you the correct information. And
what it believes
sometimes
that you want.
yes, that's the reasoning behind it. So the cognitive skills of AI is one, learning. It's learning. Just as you're learning, it's learning as well from your patterns and the reasoning behind the information you're feeding it. The third one is self-correction. This aspect involves the algorithm continuously learning and turning itself to provide. So it keeps, like we just said, it will keep modifying. You switch this way, it will switch. So it self-corrects constantly. So you've just moved how it evolves. It's not gonna, when it notices you're now married, you're settled, you're not looking into baby cots, it will start sending you local nurseries. Start sending you all of those kind of things. Oh, our person is pregnant or about to have a baby. It's self-correcting, and that's how it evolves.
It's a bit scary, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
So all those cookies that you have on your computer,
Accept,
the tracking
reject,
cookies,
analytical, whichever
tracking
one.
cookies, you know,
That's it.
that's following your every move.
Every move. Last but by no means the least, this is just my summary. Creativity. This aspect uses the neural networks, rule-based systems, statistical methods that each system, be it the computer-based, social media, whichever one, the hardware-based, site-based, that these methods that it's set up for itself and other techniques to generate new information for you, new text, new music, and leads you that way. So for instance, you may like me because I wrap up a lot. I'm always looking for scarves and stuff like that. It goes one step further. It would then guide me to manufacturers, not necessarily stores. If it notices that I'm buying them in bulk, it will then begin to generate. It gets creative. It will step out of just scarves. It will go into turbans. It will go into different other things. Oh, by the way, who else wears turbans? Oh, abayas. One of the days I saw an abaya on my pop-up, I was like, wow, this is something else. So it begins to get creative. Now, are you still convinced that AI is the bad guy? Do you not think you need this in your life?
I don't think it was ever the bad guy.
People are the what I found in doing this research, darling, is what people don't know, they don't know. AI has been around since the 50s.
Everything
we're doing. Oh my goodness. You got your smartphones. Half of that technology, AI generated. Netflix, your popular streaming, they use AI again, looking at the movies you watch. They then select what comes onto your banner. You don't put it there; they do, just based on your patterns. You know, so it's.
I'll give another really good example. So have you noticed that particular supermarkets, let's not name them because obviously, but particular supermarkets will sell particular things based on the area that you're in.
They live, yes.
Yeah. So for example,
those were, like we said, predictive data.
Yeah.
From
they would say
the
this area records. Sells more.
Yes.
You know, let's just say, I don't know, let's give an example of something, you know, it might be more, what's the Nigerian thing that you can find in the shops nowadays?
Plantain chips.
Yes,
Yes,
Tesco
now,
yeah,
they do.
Okay. So yeah, so they would
all
do,
the supermarkets do that now.
Yeah, so they
then
would
when
do
I
more
noticed
plantain
Supermalt, Gerald Supermalt in the superstores, I was like, okay, everybody's getting into that business.
Yeah.
So it's all generated. But this, let's quickly, before we go into other base capabilities, before I break it down into the capabilities of AI, let's talk about the impact this has on as documented by my HR magazine. It says these AI centers are becoming the planet's biggest consumers of electricity. So to hold these tons and tons and tons of data is beginning to require brown space, and they're encroaching as well onto green space. It costs OpenAI nearly, these are the people who own ChatGPT, to cost them nearly $100 million to train its model. And the firm is estimated to have consumed as much as 62,000 megawatts of electricity over nearly 100 days of training, enough to supply around 20,000 UK homes' electricity needs for a year.
That's quite extensive.
Very. So this is so it says the unseen environmental cost to AI. One more. One Google search alone takes enough electricity to power a 60-watt light bulb for 17 seconds. Ponder that. A single query to ChatGPT-4 could power it for 4.25 minutes.
There's a funny story about that.
Ask generative AI to produce a picture, and it will power that same light bulb for another from 85 minutes to even 7 hours. Estimate from a UK, an American-based institute. So basically, what they're saying is, this is all good and well, but there is
a cost
to the environment, a heavy cost. This is good, this is all well, but there's a heavy cost, and you need to be aware of it. So when your ChatGPT does something for you, there's no need saying thank you to it, because you're now adding the how many thousand watts again for it to process your thank you. Because every data you give it, it processes it. Do you understand? So it's like you saying thank you to Siri twice. You're draining energy. You often use Siri, Alexa, it's drain on your
S lady.
S lady. You say thank you to her twice. It's a drain on your battery power. Consider it. Those of you who've got Alexa and all of that at home.
A lady.
I'm sorry. Before it goes on, I'm sorry. The drain on your electricity and however you power it. Think about that. Now, while you're pondering that and deciding, not sure where I sit, let me talk about some boring stuff. So AI has what I call, or what I've summarized as, capabilities and functionalities. Let's touch on capabilities before we close out. What time is it? Yes, we're looking good. I'll just do capabilities and we close out. So, artificial narrow AI, general AI, and super AI. This is capabilities, what it can do. Artificial narrow intelligence, also known as weak AI, what we refer to as that, is the only type of AI that exists today. So as broad and wonderful as this is, it's the only one that actually exists. Any other form of AI is theoretical. It can be trained to perform, like we've just been discussing, single narrow tasks, often far and better than a human being can. Can it replace human beings? The discussion carries on. Can it replace human beings though? Because we still need human beings to still feed it with data. Can it? However, it can't perform outside of its defined task. It targets a single subset of cognitive abilities, as like we've just discussed, and advances that spectrum, makes it better, brings it out better, feeds you information. We've called their names: the S lady, the A lady, the all of them, and even the other one is even the chat. That one I'm trying not to.
ChatGPT.
Okay, we can call that one.
Yeah,
okay,
you can say that's free.
ChatGPT is it's also considered a form of narrow AI, and it's limited to the single task or text base as you fed it. General AI, artificial general AI, is known as strong AI. Is today nothing more than a theoretical concept. We still don't have a clear example of it.
Okay.
It can use previous learnings and skills to accomplish new tasks without the need of human beings. So, for instance, the automated car falls under this, where it's still learning. There's still, and it still needs a human being. And so it's not like narrow AI. It can't still throw out a final outcome for you without the use of a human being. So this is still partly theoretical. The third one, super AI, commonly referred as artificial super intelligence. That's the one you see in a lot of the futuristic movies where the robots have completely taken over the world, etc., etc. It's still very, very theoretical, if ever realized. And the reason is because it's supposed to make judgments, possess cognitive abilities that surpass those of human beings. And the applications possessing this super AI capabilities will have evolved beyond the point of understanding human sentiments and experiences to feel emotions, have needs, possess beliefs and desires of their own. There was a movie like that, wasn't there? Where it fell in love with its owner or something like that. So you have, and that's why it's super AI, still very, 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 very theoretical. All right. So we'll finish off here.
Well
Next
done.
week, we'll pick up on functionalities, and we will then pitch generative AI and predictive AI versus each other. And we will look at them side to side. What they each
Better come with your tech hat on, folks. This is my kind of show. Hope it's your kind of show
I
as well.
hope this hasn't been boring for some of you. I hope it's been a bit. I found it eye-opening researching it, that it's everywhere. This is everywhere. You tap your card, it's there. It's everywhere. Your bank can predict your shopping patterns, is everywhere. Your bank can, you make an odd payment, and it's the AI that lets them know that that smells like fraud because this is out of character. It's out of pattern. So when you get that call, it's not one person sitting there going through thousands of bank members and trying to find out who. No, they're using these things to predict what needs or your patterns. So it's everywhere in life, in the background. But for the first time in the past few years, we now have people like ChatGPT and the chatbots and all of that bringing it to our faces.
And Gok.
Yes,
Another one.
Gok. Can they replace humans? What are your thoughts? Tell me.
Yes, they can
Can they replace humans? Can they put you out of work?
Yes, they can put
Can
you
they?
out of work.
I disagree with that. With what I now know, I don't think they can put you out of work. They can make your life better.
I'll give you an
They
example.
may be able to enhance. Okay, they've put some. I guess some industries have been put out of work. I can tell you one already. The toll gate takers. Remember? Yeah, that went purely, and that is powered by generative AI completely.
Yeah, it's more of a money thing, to be honest. I just thought it's just easier and easier to be able to get you once they guess.
But
use
the data capturing is sorted.
Yeah,
AI.
I mean, they use a database. They obviously
Yes.
send you out the charges and
It's
everything like that as
sorted.
well. So
It's done.
it
yeah.
makes
So many companies. I was amazed at how much influence AI has in your everyday behind the operations of
All
your
those,
everyday supermarkets,
you said
everyday
you
organizations.
said when you go onto those web forms and it says, "Do you want to speak to an agent?"
Mm-hmm. Chat with whoever.
Yeah,
Chat with
so
whoever.
based
Those
on
are
the,
all-
on the outcomes and the decisions that are being made, so a lot of customer service triaging is done that way, and they can actually bring you to an answer. So, for example, like on Amazon, if you can say, "Oh, would you want to refund something?" Yeah, why do you want to refund it?
Yeah.
And
That's
then it will,
so the customer service person, one less person sitting behind the phone.
yeah,
That's so yeah, that in that aspect, yes,
Mm.
because it's streamlining human efforts, it's streamlining human resources. I guess as a practitioner myself, that's why we're keeping an eye on it to see how it can help us. We have to get our heads around it as practitioners, and that's why apart from the fact that I needed to just know more about it to
I think one of the other things as well, especially I think in your line of work too, you can have complex cases, and sometimes you need a summary. You don't need an opinion. You need a summary of the information, and things like not just ChatGPT but the other ones as well. They can do that. You can feed it information and just say, "I want to summarize this
yes.
to see," and even I mean you shouldn't, but you can ask it for potential outcomes and things like that. I wouldn't advise for you to do that. But if you want to get the crux of what the information is, especially if it's this person said this person said that, this was that, this was that.
Yeah.
Can
I
summarize
asked a
and
colleague
make
of
it a lot
mine,
more.
how would you feel if you had the 1001 policies we need to look over? We need to either look over or even generate. Could you not use AI to generate these policies? Question mark.
That's
And
great.
so
Yeah.
I'm bringing the conversation up in the workplace. Could we not? I know how long it takes me to look through these things. Either I'm updating or generating, as the case may be.
I'll give you another one as well that you can use too. Oh, I'm good of lots of free information here for you as well. So if you've got the government policy versus your own policy, what you can do is you can put them side by side, see what the changes are, and then you can then request for those to be implemented within your policy as well. And then you're able to highlight where the changes were. So then when you're training people out on it, you can say, this is the current government legislation and this is where we've added it into what we're doing. And that's all good. That's all allowed. That's a clever way
So
to
again,
save time.
we will sit on this for a little while because I want us to also cover ethics around this. Okay? You know me. I don't do things in half measures. So we're going to unwrap this as best as we can, so that for those who haven't given it any thought, they could do so and make an informed decision. All right. Are we finishing off here? And
I thought of one.
Shout out.
People using it to do their exam work.
No. That's where the ethics now begin to come into play. People are using it for their exams, using it for their assessments, etc., and now there is an AI to predict if an AI wrote a paper. All of that. We'll look at the ethics around how we work with AI. Shout outs for the month of April.
Oh, I didn't have
Any
that many.
birthdays?
Well, we did a fantastic birthday party for Mr. Tunde
Oh,
Shokoya. It was the Soul Train. Hit Chigwell.
He is one of the pharmacists we keep telling you guys about, that he needs to come on the show, and we are
having
hard.
him.
Yes.
We are. I am working on
hard
that
and
personally.
getting him. He's the one that does the vitamin D. He did the whole.
And so much more than that as well.
Much more.
He's fantastic.
He's a lovely person. We will have him. It's a question of plugging in the dates. And so it was my sister's birthday, Chichu's birthday, I think. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, somewhere in
And
in the
who
month.
else's birthday? Two of my colleagues. These two ladies, I have to just shout out to them. Happy birthday, Miss Corinne. Happy birthday, Miss Anne. These two women keep me fed. Not only did they keep me fed, they just they're the best.
Okay.
Happy birthday, ladies. Hope you had a good one. It was during the week. Yes. Hope you had a good one. And this may make them watch the show or listen to the show more consistently.
It was
What else?
Josh's birthday.
Joshua, former choir leader. Josh Tosh.
Shaw.
Oh, wow. Boss, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you to all of you, our closet listeners, our upfront listeners, our live listeners.
You're
Thank
missing
you.
another one.
Who else am I missing?
Jade got baptized.
Oh, Jade
on
and
Easter.
Wendy. Jade had her so there were 2 baptisms this month. So it was Pyle, Miss PJO.
Congratulations,
That's it.
Pyle.
We
That
didn't
was
get to go to hers.
No.
Yes, but she was like, I understand you all were busy. So
Aw.
congratulations. We're happy and proud of you. And little Jade, not so little anymore, had a special one as well. Baptisms are by water immersions are special. So we had 2. I didn't just to have them during the period of Easter was just special as well. So congrats, ladies. Thank you. And may the good Lord continue to walk with you in this era.
I got another one as well.
Tell me,
There's
tell
one
me,
that
tell
you're
me.
gonna love too.
Tell me.
A certain station owner going by the name of Dave P.
Is it his birthday?
birthday.
In April.
It is indeed.
Really?
It's today, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yep, this Saturday. So congratulations
Alright, so-
going out there to Dave on his. But he loves his birthday, by the way. He goes, all the best people in the world are born in April.
Everybody loves their birthday, don't they?
No, but he's really obsessive about it. I mean, really, it's not like it's even a thing. He's been doing like a countdown thing. Like, yeah, don't worry, guys. It's just a few more days left to go.
Listen, you get, when people get orders, 2 things happen with their birthdays. It's either you love your birthdays the more, you just go, another one. Do you understand? But I'm meeting more people who are more appreciative of their birthdays now. They make a big deal of it now more. So guys, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. And again, let us know. Put your comments on the post show. Remember, that's your part of the show. That's not changing anytime soon. As a matter of fact, I wanted to have more gravitas. Go there, put your comments, tell your family, put your comments. She will respond. If I don't do it on the same day, I'll do it at some point, but I will respond. Guys, it's a new era. Let's step up the game. Right. Thank you so much.
Remember,
God bless you.
Next week, Desola.
Guest interview next week.
So just, it has been aired before on the other channel, but I'm just going to bring it over.
So it's not live. It's
No,
just
no.
a guest.
It's
in,
just
yeah.
going to be put on
It
the
was
channel.
aired on the Tuesday show, so it will now be aired on the breakfast show because it's such a lovely interview and we think you should hear her.
Yeah, so, just
And
enjoy.
also, you can also go in and check out some of her music. Her
New album,
voice,
new everything.
Her
So, yeah.
voice. Oh, my goodness. All right.
We
May
got
the
to go.
good Lord keep you.
And bless you.
May He bless you. I'm grateful for all of you. I thank the Lord for all of you. And I hope that in this few weeks that we've been apart, that He has been kind to you. Lord, I pray that you continue to watch over your people. Preserve all that concerns them. Meet them at the point of their need. Open, illuminate their path, Lord. Help them not to render evil for evil, but that they will be the change that they want to see in Jesus' name.
Amen. See you all later. What's on your mind? What's on your mind? What's on my mind? God's on my mind.
Food's
Give me
on my mind.
It's on your mind. We are gone. Bye, folks.
What's on your mind? Let's talk it out. With Olive and Val, there's never a doubt. Morning vibes that feel so fine. Tune in now, it's breakfast time.